This is true. Old UE jump scare? Very, very true. Hold on, get out of studio mode, OBS. There we go. Hello. Hi. It's been a while. At least it feels like it's been a while. It's only really been like, I don't know, like a week? Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's actually been like freaking 2 months almost since Angels and Demons dev stream, but I figured, you know, I should actually commit to doing some of those since it's a little bit easier for me to do work while streaming, because then I don't want to like tab over to Twitter or YouTube or something and get distracted by something. Anyways, I also wanted to do game dev stream because I'm in between series right now. So I still got to edit the Partners in Time videos. Partners in Time. Oh my gosh, I've literally been calling games that are not Partners in Time all day today. Genuinely all day. Like okay, so the Superstar Saga videos. Yes, work is more fun with company. Once I get the Superstar Saga videos finished, and also when the Wii HDMI adapter that I just ordered comes in too, we'll be starting the next series, which will be Paper Mario, the 1000-Year Door. What? He's playing Paper Mario. All right, I gotta change up the stream playlist too because we have started so we can actually do things. Heck yeah. What is Superstar Saga but Partners in Time but older? I mean, yeah, that's true. I probably need to adjust the music volume a smidge. I'm doing things slightly differently in terms of handling audio on stream, so that way I can still hear alerts when they come through. So anyhow, so one thing I want to do today, I figure I'm leaning more towards art today. I have a couple things in mind that I want to do, but primarily I have like a interactable object that I want to mess with. And actually, so because I don't know where my last open file is, I'm gonna like hide this for just a second while I open something up. Let's see, file sets. Sure, let me just save this here somewhere. Okay, there we go. That should help out. Where's my viewport? There's my viewport. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't saving this in a spoilery location because it's been a minute since I've opened ASAP right here, but kind of have a vague idea of what I want to do for some things here. So, and it kind of involves like this sort of texture, but a monument of sorts. Yes, a monument. It'll be something cool in the context of where it does or does not show up at, I think. It's a very, very neat thing I've been workshopping in my mind. I've had a lot of really cool ideas, so for context for anyone who wasn't here on some of the, I guess it was probably the last Superstar Saga stream, I think is when I mentioned this, but your boy has picked himself up a part-time job, which that's the Angels and Demons / Twitch stream fund coming in full clutch now. So I'll have a little bit extra cheddar to spare towards doing some stream related things, whether that's like events, server hosting or something if we want to do community game night or something along those lines, just as to throw out a couple ideas. I don't need that much of this actually. Let's just go with that much. That's a little bit too much, or not enough, I guess. Probably like that. Yeah, sure, why not? This doesn't need to actually tile properly because it's a thing. It's not a tile, it's a thing. And we just like do some finagling with it. I gotta like actually remember how to art properly because it's been so long. That looks pretty good. I'll actually do for this down here. It's the same thing. Kind of like that. Yeah, I got me a little job working at a local game store, which is pretty neat because that's something I have enjoyed quite a bit recently. And it's doing some good for me because now I feel like I can actually, you know, buy some things that might make the streams or the game better, you know, like software or whatever. So when we actually go to do the 1000-Year Door playthrough, I'll be playing on my actual Wii instead of my totally legitimately obtained systems, you know? Like, i.e. my PC with emulator. But yeah, I did order a Wii to HDMI adapter for this very reason, because that'll make it a lot easier for me to do 1000-Year Door and Super Paper Mario once we get to that. It may also well, I guess I wouldn't need it for Wii U because Wii U has HDMI anyways. But I did think about maybe, because I know I have Partners in Time on my Wii U. I thought about using that, like the virtual console on Wii U, to do the playthrough of that game, but as I got to thinking about it, I thought about like the concept of the gamepad and how that would factor into that, and then it's like, oh wait, well, I'm kind of trolled there because the gamepad cannot be captured easily. So could do some blend mode stuff here. Maybe not multiply. No. Kind of liked darken, or was it color dodge? No, one of these looked good. Screen? I kind of like this. Sure. Watching this and realize how much my art could improve in ASAP, right? Hey, you know, it takes time to get to like where you actually like the things that you make yourself. Like, there's a lot of things that I could say like, oh my gosh, you're so much better than whatever I do. There's a lot of things like that for me, even to this day. But in the same sense, there's always ways you can improve too. Like, very, very many things to do. You can never stop learning. basically, is what I guess what I'm trying to get at here, which is really nice because that means you can always stay engaged with the, with, like, for example, art. This applies to basically anything. Like, you can never truly master something, I feel like. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet making a video game. Let's see, do I want any of these type of textures? Maybe I want this. This would be a good texture to have here. Maybe. It's a bit too dark. Yeah, I kind of don't like that one. And I can't really lighten this either, because then it's like, since it's still a gray. You notice the song name isn't displaying at the bottom of the screen? Yes, I can fix that. I think it's just, yeah. I think I had it disabled when I was doing the Partners in Time. It's just on my mind. Superstar Saga. The Superstar Saga playthrough. When I was doing the Superstar Saga playthrough, I disabled it. And the reason I disabled it in the Superstar Saga playthrough, not Partners in Time, Superstar Saga, was because there was like no point in having it there. That, and I didn't like how it was always showing up on the, like how it was always in the VOD for the Paper Mario streams, because it was like, LOL, I guess. There wasn't any point in having it, but I guess I can have it there now. I think I know what I want to do. I want contrast. That looks pretty neat. Let's flip it and lower it down here to about there. And build that there. Build that there. Bro finally ran out of excuses not to work on his game. Okay, I mean, I never needed to make excuses in the first place, alright? So, let's get that one down there. Just for good measure, let's get that down there. Is that literally the same color? It literally is. I kind of like this. I feel like it's a little too big, but also not really. I kind of like this size as well. I'll fill that in. Is this like offset by a single pixel? I think it is. That's kind of LOL. Actually, do I care that much? I don't think I do. I think what I might actually do is make it worse. Hold on. So I kind of don't like that it's all symmetrical anyways. Yeah, fair. I might do something like this. And then let's just give it some effects. Let's zoom it in, actually. Basically just making like a strange rocky texture here. Do that. Yeah, just something like that. I kind of want it to look a bit sharper, but like not too sharp. I like how the emboss looks. Maybe if we emboss and then give it a blur, and then maybe what if we emboss it again? Ooh. Ooh, an idea. Check this out. Rock edges. But now let's invert it. Oh, wait, whoops. Angels in dev streams! This is true. We're finally back. And then bring it up a little bit. Rock. Actually, I just need to bring in the dang color curve. That's what I need to do. Raise this down. Now. There we go. I think this is kind of how I want it. Bring this tolerance up. I might have to color curve it again. So color curve, the best way I could explain it is, so we have this like little menu here, right? This is your color curve. And it's like, okay, 0 to 1. All right. So how linearly do you want your colors to scale, right? So like, let's take a look at this, and we can disable like everything with the red. And now the closer it is to 0, as I move this to the left, the more red it's going to get, right? Any pixels. But now if I want to lower it down here, like, okay, we're only going to go like halfway through for red, or we're just going to go like 0 to 1. We go down here, now there's no red. It's kind of a lame explanation, but like, essentially you're telling it like how you want to have it interpret colors, I guess. So actually, this is kind of what I want right here. This is actually really close to what I want. So the only things that are going to be like true white are going to be very strong whites here, but everything else is going to get a very muted color. But now if I bring it over here, like, you know, it's going to get very white. Like the closer it is to black, it's actually just going to get raised up to white, I guess. But since I kind of want it like right here, but I don't want it to be true black, I can raise up this piece down here. Now, if it's down here, it could be true black, but up here, it cannot. And that's intentional game design. I do not want it to be solid black. So we can end up with a neat looking texture that looks kind of like this. How cool is that? Wow, technology. So this is actually, short of just doing something like this, let me dupe this layer. Can I control? Oh, it's just control U. Can I actually put a little bit of a shadow with the pillars here? Cool. There we go. We got a neat little thing here. I could probably do the same thing with the bushes. Give a little blurb on it. It's very subtle. Very, very subtle. It almost doesn't even need to be there, but never say I don't put the effort into my sprites, because I do. I do, and this is the proof of that. This is missing one thing. And actually a relatively important thing. Hold on. I do need to hide the viewport for a second. I gotta find something very specific, and I don't know where it is, and I don't want to have to search through it to find it and like potentially spoil things, so you're going to give me a second. Where is this at? Tile sets, miscellaneous. There it is. Oh, okay. Doubt you'll be able to talk about this because it might be a spoiler, but I'm curious about what this is supposed to be. So, actually, I can kind of say what it's for. Basically, it would be like the profane denomination's equivalent of like a holy monument, I guess. If that would make sense. So, how, like, you might see like a tombstone with a Bible verse or a cross or something like that, like something that's put out of respect. This would be the profane denomination's kind of equivalent of that, I guess, is what it would be. That's the best way I can explain it without like getting too into specifics about it, I guess. But basically, important piece of profane denomination stuff. So the Pickle Dominion respects this thing. I wouldn't really say they, like... I don't know if they would respect it, but it's important to, like, the profane denomination. Like, not necessarily like a, hey, we're going to this thing and, like, oh, like, we're revering it, or that, like, we should, like, build these things in places, but they are important as far as the profane denomination is concerned, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a wraparound explanation, I guess, but oop, I need the pillars texture. Oh my gosh, I like binked that, didn't I? Holy. Hold on. Cut that now, put it there. Boom. I actually want to rotate it, I think. Get this here, and I think I want to like double layer the outline with it, make it kind of seem like it's more imprinted into the thing here. Yeah, kind of like that. And then now we can just take this stuff off of this. Sign text. Then we can well, we might not even need this on here. Yeah, it doesn't really add anything. And I guess I could like manually etch in an L is real 2401. But nah, I kind of like how this is coming along. This is already looking pretty good, I would say. Oh, you see, loss is already on this one. It's already there. Can't double it up twice. Though maybe it's a little bit more subtle here. L is real, 2, 4, 0, 1, and loss. So, a little bit of trolling. But yeah, I think this is cooked up. Let's maybe get rid of this shadow here. Just came back to the Angel of Demon stream, and the first thing I see is loss. Would you have expected anything different? So I'm thinking this is actually quite cooked up here. Like, this is kind of nice. I didn't expect to get this done as fast as I did. So maybe I've still got it, even though it's been like a little bit since I've had to do like some specific like game art stuff, but I've had this idea floating in my mind palace. I needed to execute it, so I wonder how it looks in game now. Oh, whoops, I don't want to save that. So let me cook some things here real quick. Let's chef up the viewport real quick. He can still cook. Okay, studio mode. Viewport, where are you at? Viewport and game maker. Hide a sprite and boom. Okay. So I wasn't really sure, like, I knew I kind of wanted to do some game art stuff, but there is quite a bit to do here. So let's just make a new sprite, and we'll call this Monument, as in bruh monument. And I don't have to do the display. Yes, I love when it uses the system display. I should really probably just disable that in Aseprite, because it gives me more problems than it's worth, honestly, sometimes. But I don't really want to do that, because I like the built-in Aseprite one. Okay, monument. Boom. Set this to bottom center. And, you know, we'll just, let's just place it in here just to test it out. Actually, I need an asset layer. Oh, hello. I don't want to do that. It might actually want to be behind the sand. About like that. Okay. And I launch the game. Let's see. Do we have the VM? And now we do. The moment has landed. The monument. The moment sounds funnier though. Let's be real. I can't actually wait to have like some of this extra stuff done. Like, I've had to cook a lot of behind the scenes kind of things recently. So also we'll need to adjust the game audio here a bit, because I bet it's gonna be, yeah, we'll just set it to 0 so not interfere with stream music. And I'll wait till the game actually finishes compiling before I do anything bonus. I can't help but feel like the stream music is a little too loud, so if it does seem a little loud compared to my voice, please let me know. I did turn it down a little bit. I'm used to it being a little lower in the desktop audio thing, so if it sounds like too loud... Why does it... Oh my gosh, why does the VM preview stick out of the thing? What the freaking kind of preview is this? Hold up. This is gonna drive me insane. We're fixing this. There we go, I think. It's a little clipped off on the corner, but I mean, what can you do, I guess. Anyways, let's just zip, zap, zoom. Oh, that's loud. Hold up. Oh, there's so much noise! There we go. Fixed! Alright. Oh, it's actually perfect. It is perfectly scaled. I love this. We walk up, it's like, oh, what's it say? It might need some collision, maybe. Don't zoom out so far. But now that we have this, it means I can actually implement what is required of it, but I can't really say what that is. Which, it needs text. This is definitely a thing to read, and it needs that. And this is not the location it will go, for the record. It's not supposed to go here. I just wanted to put it here to test. But I actually have a lot of things that I've done differently, so I'm sure we've seen how the teaser pings have gone recently, but like, let's say we have this pit here, and I go like, oh, look, we go there. But now if I jump from up here, oh, last known location, instead of it just being troll, which makes areas like the vomitorium a lot more difficult, because you can't just death warp back on the escape sequence part, so good luck with that. I'm sure people will enjoy that. So vomitorium might actually have to get nerfed a little bit, but and the other thing, if it works properly, vaguely, not really. So I've also redone how damage calculation works in the game as well. Oh, cool. Tutorial battle as we get into a battle. What timing? So, it uses a whole new formula that actually factors in your level now. And the damage scaling is just overall a lot better. Like, even if we go into something like this. Roughly does twice the damage there for the amount of effort you're putting in. But now if I like level up a couple times, we just do a lot of damage. Wow. Favorite streamer for real. That's what we love to hear. Heck yeah. Yeah, damage calculation reworked. I've also fixed crit calculation and balance and a lot of balance things. Like, I've had to rebalance all of the enemies and stuff because it's just not, it doesn't scale good. It does not scale good at all going forward, like with all of the characters. All of the boss rush stuff at the end of Demo 4 was like very fine-tuned based on how I had put things together. So I needed something that was more sustainable. Compared to like how it was. So, I mean, level scaling, you'll definitely see. Like, when you level up, you're going to start really cooking enemies that you wouldn't before. And as you continue through the game, it's going to get, like, a lot better at doing things like that. Like, I don't feel as bad for giving enemies, like, multiple attacks per turn now. Which is good, because that's kind of like a whole gimmick. That's why I did the whole thing at the top of the screen where it shows the turn order and how many turns they have per attack. And it's like, now I can use those things. But, so, now that the monument thing is done, I guess the next thing that I could work on, because I had some things planned out that I wanted to work on, and I honestly didn't expect to get through with the monument as fast as I did, so that's a little bit troll. But the next thing I could start cooking is maybe some Glutank cutscene stuff, perhaps. Either that, or I could do some bug fix type stuff, but I'm not really sure what the method might be. So, enemies having multiple turns will feel pretty fair when players have 5 turns to work with. This is true. Or more because of MC. Yeah, like, I kind of... Part of me wants to rework how Hype Up works and maybe give it to a different character than MC, just because it really does feel pretty busted to have, like, right out of the gate. Like, granted, I think it's a cool thing to have right out of the gate because, you know, speedrunners could make really good use of it. Like, that actually makes you fly through the tutorial stuff much faster, but at the same time, like, it also doesn't really matter that much in the tutorial, and like I want to leave the strategy open. I like the amount of strategy that you can get with it, right? But I also want the game to feel balanced. I don't want it to be like, because I mean, with me complaining about Paper Mario recently, and it's just like, oh well, if the developers didn't want you to do that, then why did they let you do that? So, I'd be a hypocrite not to, you know, check out my own balance and make sure I'm not just like, oh yeah, you can just like not do the very clearly busted strategy from the get-go, because like, well, I have the very clearly busted strategy, why wouldn't I use the very clearly busted strategy? So I kind of have to figure out a better way to do it, which I'm not sure yet. I thought about maybe giving Autumn the Hype Up ability. And you might be thinking like, oh, Autumn, Hype Up, like what is this? Like, but I think with her being a very optimistic individual as is, she would benefit from having Hype Up instead of like Analyze, which no one uses anyways. Like, you might, if you wanted to like just do a very specific strategy where you give a billion turns to Autumn and then just use each turn to Analyze, which even then it doesn't matter because it has a 1-turn cooldown, you know, for like the 5% defense debuff. Also, welcome in, Journoid. How's it going? Hope you are having a very good day today. But Hype Up for Autumn kind of makes more sense, and by that point, like, having extra turns won't be like a humongous impact on the game balance, but having it early in the game is. So, I mean, actually, you know, I could probably just like, I could probably do something here. Like, let's get a timeline here going on. Let's do maybe in this. So, oh, that's not how I want to zoom. So what I'm looking at here for, oh, which one is it? It's like, oh, it's F8. Yeah, there we go. So, go down there. Thank you. Basically, what I'm looking at for balance here, or at least for Demo 5, because I'll yak about it a little bit before we get into more art stuff, just because I want to. Might actually really want those extra turns depending on how difficult battles become once Autumn joins the team. Yeah, I'll touch on that in a second. So, the idea right now for development going forwards, this is how I want to kind of structure things, is I know there's some features I want to add. Though I don't think they're going to make it into Demo 5 because I don't think they're going to make it into Demo 5 just because it's like, it's literally just going to be throwing a ton of stuff onto the player at boss rush moment. Doing very well, currently rocking a new meta. I can avoid 3 minutes of Twitch ads but type over here by watching on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Based. We are farming watch time. Appreciate it, boss. But one of those would be, one of these things that I want to add, and I've talked about this in the Discord, of course, is gadgets, which would be the angels and demons equivalent of Bowser's Inside Story / Dream Team badges, essentially. Basically, you, or maybe even not even just these games, like Partners in Time too, because they have the badges, and I guess it's more similar to that. Get a load of this Chiptroid guy. So I had a couple of ideas for gadgets that I think y'all may find interesting. So the first one, the one that really made me think of the idea was like, how could I like let the player disable music synced attacks? So we have the rhythm inhibitor. All right, rhythm inhibitor. Basically, it would disable rhythmic functions for all of your attacks, excluding rhythm, because you kind of can't do that. Like the rhythm game attack. And of course, like some free ones would be night core and day core, which would be like, okay, you start each battle at 1.25 or 0.75 times speed, respectively, right? There's a challenge chip idea that I had, which is just the challenge medal from Bowser's Inside Story. HP and defense of enemies is increased by 150%, and enemy attack is 250% increased. So just to make the game more difficult, if you want it to be more difficult. And then I thought of like some like support ones. So I want them to actually be like gadgets, like tech piece things, I guess. So we have a Meta Mouse, which would heal each party member by 2% of their max HP each round. And then an AP app that does the same thing, but for AP. So I think that would be cool. The exception to the gadget, and I could literally just make this like slightly different, but like I like the idea of the Holy Bible being a gadget, and this one's generational, so hear me out. All right. Prevents temptations entirely. You cannot get tempted if you are following its teachings. Huh? Pretty cool, right? And I could, of course, could just make this like e-reader edition to keep it in the zone of like, oh, it has to be a gadget, but but I think this would be funny. You know, like just disable temptations if you really wanted to, but you'd have to use a gadget slot. Like by petting the horse. Well, technically, yes. Like it's a little more specific than just petting the horse. It's more so like, thou shall not murder is like the first one I'm thinking of, but sure. And then we have the thermometer, which would just decrease everyone's chance of freeze on fire by 50%. Which this one's kind of like LOL, like really niche use case. I don't even know if I'd want to include this because I know people aren't going to use it just unless they get annoyed. Angels and Demons difficulties be like hard, very hard, extreme, Journoid himself, and holy figure. This may low-key be true for Boss Rush. And then, of course, what did I call it? I don't think I put this in my notes, but I'm going to scroll up into the chat to see what I actually called it. Just like, did I just call it Slorp Clone Gadget? Yeah. Slorp Clone. Let's do module. And this would just be like, allows you to use special attacks while required party members are in action able for an extra AP fee. Yeah, basically that. I do, in fact, love this idea. This idea, honestly, has sold the idea to me of including these. Now, I'm yakking about these things for a good reason. And that's because I don't want to implement these into Demo 5 necessarily, just because you wouldn't get use out of them except for Boss Rush. right? Like, it would solely be a boss rush thing. Like, yeah, I probably could just to have it done, but it's something that'll be introduced as early as chapter 4, I would think. I could maybe get like finagle it into chapter 3, but chapter 3 would only give you one. Like, you would have one gadget maybe at the start of chapter 3, and it would be something very specific that wouldn't do too much. Like, I would say it would probably be something kind of like, for example, the what do they call it in? Yeah, peekaboo shows enemy HP. Yeah, it wouldn't be the thermometer, but it'd be something LOL, like a equivalent of peekaboo in Paper Mario that shows enemy HP. And challenge chip would take up a gadget slot, yes, which already makes it like, okay, why would you? But I could also, because, like, you know, I'm the developer, I can do whatever I want. If someone wanted to do a playthrough that, like, just starts you out with challenge chip permanently equipped into, like, a special slot, I could do that. And it would just be like a debug option. Like, you launch the game with a debug option, and then, oh, well, now you're in challenge mode, and all the enemy stats are buffed from the very beginning, including in the tutorial. Or, you know, like, even going so far as just to make sure that, like, certain scripted fights aren't incorrectly affected by it, I guess, like the tutorial fight. But, you know, it's something I could do. But I could maybe potentially introduce gadgets in chapter 3 at the earliest, and it would really be something like, instead of it being peekaboo, it'd probably be like the Slurp cell phone. Because, like, you guys think I'm joking about the Yui gets a phone thing? Like, because I know I've joked about the, oh, Yui should have a phone. Yui should be able to get a phone. I know I've joked about that, but I'm actually being serious when I say that Yui will get a phone in the game. Like, this is actually, as far as I'm concerned and planning for the game right now, like, it is pretty locked in that Yui does in fact get a phone. So, but this is something I do want to implement in the game. I don't want to put it into Demo 5 necessarily, just because it would be like a boss rush only edition, basically. You would really only get it in boss rush, and I feel like that's kind of lame. So, I forget why I got onto this topic, but I mean, I guess I could yak about it while I'm working on sprites. So let's do that. Let's not make this a troll stream. You're just gonna see the viewport for a second. So yeah, I'm tired of swapping into I'm tired of swapping into, what do you call it? Did I hide the right thing? Oh no, I hid a sprite too. Cool. There we go. I'm sick of cutting over to studio mode, so. But no one will believe leakers when they say Yui gets a phone. Well, I mean, it's just true. Like, chapter 3 is gonna roll around, and okay, yeah. So the reason that I want Yui to have a phone in the first place is primarily it would be really funny that, like, out of all the characters to get a phone, it's Yui, right? So, let me see. Yes, new MC sprites. We will need some specific sprites for MC and Yui as well for the new and improved Glutank cutscene. So I'll need to, like, sift through here and find some things that I want to start it off with. But before I do that, chat, drink of the day, Dr. Pepper. I'm so serious. I'm considering, like, sending out, like, an email to Dr. Pepper and being like, yo, look, I know that I do not have, like, the biggest following, but you guys should for sure sponsor me. Like, it would be crazy. Can you imagine the official Journoid Dr. Pepper sponsorship? Like, it would be such crazy work. I think I might want to use the rest sprite. Maybe. Maybe not. I kind of want his crouch, but I'm blind and can't find it. Oh, it's not this far back. LOL. KO. It's not KO. Not flop tier. Maybe I will use rest. Rest is probably good for it. What I'm doing here, like the sprite that I want to convey here is like he's hanging on to the ground, like shaky ground, basically, is what I'm going for here. So let's see. Maybe frantic face? Yes. Doc, you gotta see this kid. He's got moxie, says the Dr. Pepper businessman watching from home. And he's talking like to Dr. Pepper himself. Like the guy. The freaking guy. Let's see. I could probably just wrap this around here. Here we go. This needs to be transparent, and this needs to not be, and wait, let me do it the smart way. There we go. I'm really just making this more of a hassle than it needs to be, but we got there. So now I want to link these and unlink them, and I'm gonna have to be LOL. So give me hair. Bald, 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 bald. I could have waited for the outline, but I'm trolling, so. My eyes! Oh, wait. Kind of want to add like a little bit of shake to his body here. Even though it really isn't necessary for me to do that. Oh, that's his head. That's his head. Okay. Now let's flatten and copy and put it over here and undo this. Do this. And duplicate. Can I have this color? Thank you. I'm so glad that I figured out that I can just do this, because my goodness, does it save me some freaking time. Like, the sprite rework could have been done like a couple months in advance if I had known that I could do the outline that quickly. Because y'all remember when I was like manually doing these outlines? Like, like what was I cooking? Genuinely, what was I cooking? But anyways, there's that for MC. Let's do... We need this. Fuel tank, scaffold, talk. And he's probably going to be looking this direction. I think I want his eyebrows to go up a little bit more. Yes. And there we go. Oh, lol. Cool. This specific scene is actually going to be so nutty to try and program, because what I want to do is basically when you get to like the canyon where normally you get like in the Gluttank fight, instead there's going to be like a lot of scaffolding out there. Lots of scaffolding that is like very rickety and LOL. And you're going to like walk out onto it trying to find a way down into the canyon safely. And guess who shows up? It's Big Chungus. It's the Gluttank. He shows up and he starts like, you know, you have your fight and everything. And then he's just like, well, what if I... Bonk. He kicks the whole thing down. So they're going to have to like hold on to that as it falls. Which means I'm going to have to do some like crazy like rotate kind of stuff going on here. I'm almost tempted just to make like one specific graphic so that way I can... It's the Big Chungus. I'm tempted just to make like one big graphic for it so I can just do it easily. Like, because screw file sizes, right? But I kind of like this. And I don't even really like need to do this technically. Like maybe for MC, but for Yui, I don't know if I need to do anything specific for her because she will, you know, be floating. So, or she can float. Like when it comes down to the moment, like she'll probably go wings out. So I don't think I will need anything for her, so... Well, shoot, I'm making such good progress today. What the freaking kind of progress is this? I guess, like, actually anticipating sitting down to work on the game is a lot better now that I have things that are less than stellar. Not that I don't like that I picked up the part-time job, but, like, when I'm chilling there and I'm like, man, I really wish I was working on Angels and Demons right now. That's one thing. So, well, I'm trying to think, is there more stuff? More stuff that I can do? I could do some bug fixing type stuff. Because I know I got a couple bugs to fix. Actually, so there is one thing that I've been thinking of that I want to do. So, oh, you guys get viewport again. We're in viewport mode. We're back in Game Maker. So, welcome back. Me when I'm freaking lazy. Oh, whoops, I don't want to open a new project. But, I want to do some things with the level up. So, oh, hello. Not make it so humongous. Where do we actually end things at? Let's see. This is where we do level up stuff. Boss rush check if there's not a level up. Okay, so what do we do when there's a level up? We're gonna learn code real quick. We're gonna relearn it because it's been so long since I've messed with any of this. Ah. Okay. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Okay, so level ups are going to be persistent now. That's cool. And now... What are we after? This is shadows. Where's our background? This. So... what I want to do, essentially, is... and I guess I'll show this. I'll show this off real quick, like, because it should be relatively easy to show off real quick, like. What I want to do, basically what I want to accomplish, is I want the transition from, like, the XP screen back to the overworld to be better. So... and I know what I kind of need to do, so... yeah, that's going to be small for a second. Trust. But... I actually do not know why the sound effects are so loud, but it's something we're going to have to deal with for a second. So... trust the process. We're gonna get extra XP from these guys. I should be able to level up off of them. So I'm not gonna do counterattacks, but I'm just gonna, like, I need to level up naturally, essentially. I guess I don't actually need to be landing my hits properly either. So, but this should be enough XP, I think. Oh, we get another round, okay. I'm gonna give it a good measure by, like, fumbling Yui's input, and it might give us an extra attack with MC. Oh, it does. Okay, we're so locked in. Okay. And is this enough to level up? It should be. Even though I don't really need to level up at all now that I'm thinking about it, but so we're on this screen, right? And now when I'll finish the level up, what's gonna happen is it's gonna, like, do, like, the circle to black fade out after it transitions. And I don't want it to do that. I want it to just, like, go, like, all of the UI goes to the background, and then the background fades, and we're back here. Essentially. Right, so... if I go here... let's see... I think I'll only need to add this. Yeah, her level is not, or the level. Her animation speed is not set properly. Which I can fix. I don't know why it's set to 2, but it is. It needs to be, like, 14? Yeah, what about 16? Nah, what about 12? Yeah, 12 is good. Since you mentioned it, and I've just been putting it off because I've noticed it, like, for literally months that it's been like that, and I need to have it not be like that. So, with this, we do need to do some things here. Let's say depth equals, like, we are very close to the screen. And we could probably just say, where is room start? So unless we're like doing some shenaniganizing. Let's see. This is the only times we do that. So we can say wait a second. Finish is probably already used. We'll do this. And now we just need to say, hey, what is this? What the freaking kind of variable is this? It's false. And then when we start a room, it's true. Because realistically, we should never be transitioning a room while a level up exists. So when we go to this needs to happen in this as well. Yes. Methinks. Or maybe, no, on room in. Aha, that's a very important distinction. So we want this song to be playing before we go into the next room. So that way things that sync to the music get added to that song. That's a lot, but now there's one more thing we need to do. Should just need to do that. When we are done with it, now does it just work? This is the question everyone's dying to know the answer to. Do I still know how to program? Let's launch the game and find out. Bum, 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 bum. I've also been trying to think of, like, what are some games that I could play in between series that don't necessarily need a series, but, like, would just be fun to play on stream in the meantime, like, while I work on videos. I have been thinking of that a little bit, and one of them that came to mind was, like, Undertale Deltarune, but I think I would like to do a series out of those. Not necessarily, like, to complain about the game or anything, but because I think it would be funny content. Okay, I'm actually just gonna... We're gonna level up a bunch, because we can do that. You should know that the answer to the question of will it just work will almost always be no. Let's hope it is actually yes for once in my life, but you know, plus respect for knowing that it's never just that easy for me, but oh, okay, it is ahead of the battle UI. No, we're just gonna do it multiple times. Womp womp. Okay. Okay. Well, there was an attempt. So maybe what I need to do is this backwards. So let's actually do this. If we are room transition, then we'll do this, but otherwise, we'll do that. So, that way everything else still happens in logic, but we only do this after we transitioned rooms. You know, I won't need to put this in here now because I feel like me doing this is like, okay, I yield, I'm gonna test it properly, but now that I've put it in there, it's going to just work. But we can, maybe we can hope it won't work so I don't look like a fool, even though I look more like a fool now. Oh my gosh. Oh well, whatever. Such is game dev. Okay, so we're in. Cha-ching, XP. Ah, the fade-in still happens. That's lame. Okay, so let's see here. I'm not telling this to not be persistent anywhere, am I? No. No. I'm not. But that's not the area. I'm gonna have to, like, reset the game anyways, so. You can't even see the code with which I'm writing, but I'm gonna make sure here, because this is, like, if a battle manager doesn't exist, but a battle manager might exist on this one. This is checkpoint start, so that's, like, no. This is the only other spot. Unless I go in here and there is a room fade in on any of these layers, which there shouldn't be. Doesn't appear that there is. Delete that layer. Okay. Let's try it again. But what I'm essentially trying to do is I want to make, like, transitioning between, like, everything in the game feel a lot more seamless. Right? So that means exiting a battle, entering a battle, because, and let me pause stream music real quick because this will make this a little bit easier to convey, because this is a background audio check. If I trigger a battle normally, here's what happens. So normally, you know, we have, like, the transition that looks like, you know, this, like the UE battle transition and everything, right? We have that kind of transition that happens in battles, and it takes, like, the most. It's a lot of time, and then you have to wait for all the characters to pop in and everything like that. Well, the new thing is we don't do that. Instead, we do that, and, like, we're already in the battle. We can fight. I timed it, and, like, the old ones took, like, freaking 9 to 10 seconds almost, which is way too much. So, yeah, this is true. For some reason, they ignore the fact that the game is paused, and that's a thing I need to fix. So this fades in, and now what? Like, we should move everything out. Dude, why? I bet I know what it is. I genuinely bet I know what it is. Is it in this? Let's just see. Let's just search for OBJ level up. And let's see. Will bosses still have a transition similar to before? MPU's special one was so cool to me. I do want them to still have transitions. They just won't be handled by sequences like they were, because the thing with the sequences is, like, for example, like, here's pepperonis, right? This type of animation, this thing here, Game Maker likes to do things with how it's animated that I don't like, it doesn't work well with my systems. So I'll have to basically recreate that in code to include it, which is not like that big of an issue. It shouldn't be that difficult. So like, it should happen still. I don't know why it wouldn't. See, instance destroy OBJ level up. Does this exist anywhere? No, it doesn't. Okay. That doesn't really help me. But, like, why are we... I must be missing something in here. State. Oh, I see. Maybe at this. Well, no. This is some spaghetti code, actually. This is very sketty. Oh. Maybe it's this. I could do that. That might actually fix it, because I think what's happening is it's actually... because a battle manager doesn't exist and it's still executing this code, because we're in this state, it is just destroying itself. It doesn't care, so we don't want it to do that. So maybe it'll work now. Unfortunately, I already closed the game because I thought that it was somewhere else. So I'm still made a fool by never using the GM Live reload stuff. Let's go. I love programming. Surely it will never have any issues whatsoever. Da, da, da. Okay. Get into it, let's go! Please! Just need to be in an area, and then we need to finish a fight real quick. Go, 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 go! Okay. We go into this, it does a thing. Does it work? No, it freaking crashes. Okay, cool. Amazing. That's even worse. Why are we crashing? Oh, I guess because we're destroying things and we shouldn't be. Okay. Because these things, these dummies, are getting destroyed, even though they shouldn't be. Oh, wait, they are. Okay. Sure, be persistent. No, wait. There's a better way of doing this. Nah, just make them persistent. Maybe. Well, maybe not, actually. That's dangerous. I don't want those to be on screen. They really don't even need to be in... Ooh, wait, you know what? These don't even need to be objects, do they? Because I bet I can just do this and say that you are a struct now. This may just work. It may not just work, but if it does just work... Oh, it works so well if it does. Hey, why are we, There we go. Or it may break everything. It might, but this is actually like a better way of doing this anyways, so. Or it should be, because now we're not having to deal with an object. So, I just need to tell it wherever it does destroy these things at. Can I have this event? Where is it at? Where's it create? Why is it in a... Is it in a different tab? Freaking kind of LOL is this? Go in here. Fitting music. Okay. Well, I guess they don't even need to destroy in the first place because they would just get cleaned up on leaving the room. Maybe? Do we have any instance destroys in here? Then those two? Okay. Are you good? Why are you open? Or why? Get out. So let me click you open in here. More level ups. Good. Good, good, good. Actually, I think that's fine for it to be a struct because it'll get cleaned up anyways. Let's run it. And that just leaves it, like, that keeps it localized within the level up object as well, which makes it objectively better. So, we may be cooking. So, cooking. Alright, level us up a billion times, get in there. Go, 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 go! Lore accurate area music too. Oh no, it is destroy. Okay, hold up. Oh wait, because I can do this. If I paid attention to the code, maybe it would work. Oh, it's because I'm lol and I did not pay attention to what I was doing. This time I'm confident. This time I'm confident it'll work. Trust, chat, trust. It will work. We are so moving. Maybe game development on stream does take a little bit longer because I low-key gotta be entertaining. And this is definitely not copium. Like, I'm totally not doing this on purpose. Or not doing this on purpose, or... I don't know, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. You see the vision, you know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I'm totally trolling just for the content. Just for the content, for sure. Oh, well, this is... Oh, I remember why it was an object. I remember... Hold on, do it all. I remember why it was an object, so it would animate properly. That's what it was. Alright, I figured it out. Okay, well... So we get to do the next best method, which is... We can say what? Where's our draw event? Draw GUI. Because that's where it was crashing at me, thanks. And... We'll just make this slightly slower. and say, hey, do an instance check, which I freaking... Actually, I don't even need to do this. I could just make it, I can one-line it. Boom, boom. And we'll never be in these while we're transitioning. So... maybe we need to do it here too. Even though this is just for the cursor, but... Should be good there. We don't draw it there, we don't draw it there. Yep, put it here. This is so, like, LOL, but it'll work. It'll work. And where's our step event? Not freaking here. Get out of here. Hello, I hit page down. What the freaking... Okay, this is in a state. This is in a state. And we can put it there too. There. Now it's good. And it'll work. Surely. For sure. For sure. I'm so for sure. Has there ever been someone more sure? Maybe. Because I'm not actually that sure. I probably missed one. It's gonna be like, oh, well, you didn't do this one in the alarm. Because the alarm actually runs like every frame or something like that. Ha ha ha, LOL. Should have checked yourself before you wrecked yourself. I don't want two of them. Please. Moment of truth. And there's no players here. But wait, this time I can actually do it. I can actually fix it in real time because I did the thing. Wait. There it is. That's what it is. Closer. I didn't put one of those in the draw event, though. I'm gonna do that. Let's stop the game. Live call, return, live result, just in case we need it. And then let's see. This needs to be this. It needs to be like this. Boink. If the object exists, we don't need to be doing it there. We do need to do it here. Yay, that's it. Okay. Well, maybe I didn't need to do all that, but... Show me the step event. And of course, it's in another tab again. Okay. Do that. For why are we highlighting things? Did I screw something up in the create event? I do not think so. I think it's good. I've said that so many times now, but this is game development. Pirate who is decent at golf. Par. It's for player array, I promise. He's not yo-ho-hoing. What? For why? Why did it do it like that time? I'm like uber confused. Wait, let me unfull screen the game. We can see a little bit of the code going on here. An actual stream? What? This is true. This is true. He's actually streaming. He's so streaming. Welcome in, Comic Cat. How's it going? Let's see. What am I missing here? Why is it actually giving me something troll in the logs? It's not. It's not giving me troll logs. Day improved. Let's go. Because that shouldn't affect these things. Something just ain't right. This, not this. I'm going to have to see this again. Okay, why are we just not showing anything? Huh? Is it because of the live code reload that it's like freaking out, or what? Sure, let's just give us a huh. Give me a huh if we actually execute that code. Oh. Bruh, I see it. I see why. I didn't actually, I was like, hey, is this true? Like, is this that will return like a positive value even though it didn't have the function things true? Yeah. Well, that's troll. I trolled myself. Nice. Okay. So, that solves that issue. Let's see. This could solve the other issue as well. So that's the only other place that's created. I don't really know which one it's going off of, and this is spaghetti code in its finest. So surely it'll work now. Surely. Surely. This Banjo Tooie Atlantis is really selling it for me right now, like how I'm feeling in my mind palace. Low-key gonna put me to sleep at this point. Okay. Show me the working new level up thing that just is smooth. For sure, right? For sure. For sure. Clutch up me? Clutch up me? Wait, we might have clutched up. Hold on, I gotta test it in a normal battle now. But I need to reset the game because I'm at a crazy high level. We might be schmoovin'. Gah, it works? Ah, lol, I soft lock because I'm in the process of fixing things. Okay, well, we gotta do an attack. That works. Marginal time waste. Please, do the thing. Oh, wait. I noticed one minor thing, and I think I know exactly why it's happening. And it's just that we need to do this. Okay, let's try one more encounter. Boink! Ah, lol, okay. I'm lol, because I leveled up a bunch of times. Wait a second. Oh, cool. Well, this is helpful. One more time. Run it back. I really need to put like a debug thing in to like reset my level, but that's like the absolute most. Oh, please don't say it's a tutorial. You might crash everything you eat. Ah, lol, I'm trolling. And do it, chef? Kind of. Let's say, actually... that. And I leveled myself up too, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Reload it again. Because I just want to get through the fights fast to test them! It would be so much faster if I just added debug commands for all of these things, but I'm troll. I leveled myself up out of sheer habit. I had to restart it again. Help. literally throwing for content, but there's nothing to throw. It's my own time that I'm wasting. Did you like that rollout though? That's pretty neat. Hey, why do you have decimal HP? That's not right. Just play the game as the dev intended it. Uh-huh. Yup. 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 Good point. Good point. Alright. Lock in. Dude. What? Ooh, wait a second. The level up object didn't destroy, did it? Hold on, wait, I might have just clocked something interesting here. Ah! Okay. That's nothing, really, but it's something. Let's do something here. I guess I need to instance destroy OBJ level up. Ah, LOL. Oh, you would love to. Doink. Okay, now. Oh. I mean, that's kind of the effect I want, but not really. Okay, so we'll have to do something specific here for this. Hold up, let me do this. Okay. That should be what I want. Now, where the heck is this room fade-in thing coming from? I'm actually low-key getting fed up with it. Sure, we'll just put it on all of them. Why not? It's not like I wanted to make my code execute properly. It should be right here, but it freaking isn't. Hey, we got to make sure a level up doesn't exist. That's not it. Exit. Does a fade in exist? Hey, you can't go in a door. File select, escape. None of these are used. What is this for? Freestyle activations. Dude! These are to destroy them. Freaking kind of LOL is this? Okay, well, let's go back to level up. And see here. Where's our room start? You're persistent. It's got to be this. So we're just making it invisible. So maybe we need to set this to gradient. Yeah. Methinks. There's an attempt. Actually, you know, this is making me think. I think I know a game that would be fun to play during series downtime. Mario Strikers Charged. I think that would be a generational downtime game to play. I used to grind the heck out of Strikers Charged. Okay, get in here. Meow. And do it work? The rumor come out. Oh, we got it! We got it! That's it! There it is! The cool transition! Oh, it's so smooth. Okay, we're testing it again. How fast can we make it, though? Let's see. How fast are we actionable out of it? I'm gonna, like, try and smooth out of the thing. I'm gonna, like, mash space to dash. Oh, it's primo. Actually, it's so good. Here, we'll, like, zip into another fight. He has 0.92. What is this, bro? And we will literally be able to schmoove as soon as possible. Oh, it's so good. It's such a good change. Like, it's so minor, but like, oh my gosh, the effect it has. This is game feel, alright? Like, in the purest definition. Now I'm just like actually having fun with the game now. Because it's like, oh my gosh, the schmoovement's crazy. Everything's cool. Battles are snappy. Ah, lol, lol. Like, look at that. How quick we get into it. I'm soft locked. It's we got a freaking infinite loop. No. Well, fun fact. This is what happens when We can't find a place to put the glutling. So, what are we working on tonight? Kind of just random game dev tasks, actually. I have been... Well, I started out with some game art, and then we did some character sprites, and now we're doing bug fixing and feature additions, so it's just kind of all over the place because I thought the game art stuff would take a lot longer than it actually did, so... But welcome in. How's it going? Got flashbanged and died. Game over. I mean, true. So what actually happened there is, if I go into this room, whenever you go into the Glutling's freestyle attack, what he tries to do is it will literally just like loop over and try and find like a place to stand. And I guess it goes on the y-axis first. And it checks like, okay, let's put him here in the corner of the zone. And he just goes down trying to find a floor forever. And he's never going to find a floor because there's not a floor there. So, oops. That might be something I actually have to fix. These are the edge cases. So, these are the edge cases with the zones that need some work, I think. Literally went to hell. Where he belongs. Is Yui going to start with her ball form ability in Demo 5, or is it just here for dev purposes? It is just here for dev purposes right now. Ball form, spirit form will be unlocked in Chapter 3. And it's more so like a... The idea behind it is that she's like, oh, well, I didn't want to use it because I didn't want to risk, like, hurting you, because it's like a very, very strenuous ability to use on a human. That's why we typically only do it as angels when you're like in like immediate danger or something like that. But it's like also at this point you've been through 2 chapters of getting literally beat up by demons. So I think she probably could be like, well, I mean, I guess it'd be fine. I guess. So, but well, there's our next thing. Let's fix a bug with the Glutling. Glutling battle. And let's say we're looking for place me. I know that's the variable name. I think. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, place me right here. So let's see, what do? We look at the area. And then while we are on solid, we do that. Oh, yeah, see, I'm right on it. I was right on the money. Did you see Splatoon Raiders info? Yes! I'm so freaking excited. As soon as pre-orders are up, I'm pre-ordering it. Like, I have been waiting for this. And it's even more crazy now because, like, now that we have that just shadow dropped as like an announcement, the thing is that was like a big direct thing. Like that was something I would think they would open a direct with, and they're just like, no, shadow drop on the app. Also the same way they did it originally too, I believe. So let's do this. Hope it's a long game. It kind of looks... I do too. It is kind of giving me roguelike vibes a little bit. Kind of. Like where they want you to like upgrade stuff and like reiterate over the same levels. And I kind of hope it isn't like that. Not that I wouldn't play it, but like just those games that are like, oh, infinite replayability aren't really my thing, I guess. I don't know. Not exactly my thing. So. Oh, we're in YouTube Shorts mode. Did you know that you can... Okay, I'll spoil a short. Did you know punching Luigi in the linguini is a valid method of farming infinite coins in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga? Upon unlocking the high jump and mini Mario abilities, you can have Luigi jump on top of Mario while he's in mini form, and Mario jump into Luigi to punch his pasta. By doing so, you'll subtract 1 HP of Luigi's and gain 1 coin. Now, provided you have a high enough stash stat, you can convert this into coins from Luigi's HP into mushrooms, which, if the price of mushrooms is less than the amount of HP that Luigi lost, you can profit, because you can sit there and abuse Luigi to get money. And this is a perfectly valid way to get infinite coins. Didn't seem roguelike to me. It was more mix and matching loadouts by crafting them. Okay, to be fair, I did see it like 30 minutes after I woke up this morning, so like I may just be like tweaking out over it a little bit, like not properly looking at what I was, like understanding what I was seeing. So like maybe it is. Like I do hope it's a pretty long game. I hope it's like at the level of like I'd say DK Bonanza. It took me 16 hours to get through Bonanza's story. I think that'd be a good amount. So let's just repeat this type of loop here. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. So I'm going to like step through this logic because it's kind of a lot. First, we make sure we are not like stuck in a wall. If we're stuck in a wall, then we will just move left and down a little bit to kind of like put us into the zone. Then, while we are not on a floor, we will move down, and I think I want to do this in like increments of 16 because it's safer. We will move down until we go off screen, and then we'll move to the left by 1 tile width, actually 2 tiles width, and then go down again until we are in or on a floor. And then we just say, hey, if we're in a floor, you know, let's move up until we're on top of the floor, basically. And then once we've been placed, place me is true, even though it should really be the other way around. So, whoops, but that should work, which means I'm also going to need to do this on other objects too, but that's a problem for future me. Let's do some debuggy stuff here. Some debuggery. Let's go to Desert 6 and launch the game. But yeah, Spoon Raiders, I'm very excited for. Sucks I gotta wait till freaking July, but then again, like, it's been so long since a new 3D Mario that I'm like, I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued at this point. You know? Like, Odyssey released, let's see, Super Mario Odyssey release date, while we wait for this to load up here. October 27th, 2017! So, like, think of that for a minute. It's crazy. Do some arenas have platforms tied to the rhythm? They will. Eventually. Let's see if he breaks the game again. Please don't. I'm gonna go out of full screen just in case. Oh, he works, but he puts us, like, in the death zone. See, this is a cool little zone here. I like this. I just need to actually make this platform a little bit wider, I think. Because this is kind of neat. You know, you spawn in this and you just kind of have to, like, Final Destination, no items, Fox Onlyum. Oh, the Vuln sound repeats. Okay, cool. We don't need to do that. But we can fix that, actually, without making that platform wider. Instead, we can just say that, let's see. Let's make this, let's move forward a couple more tiles. Sure. And which alarm? It's not you, it's not you, it's not you, it's not you. None of these things, okay. Well, that doesn't help me. Disable freestyle arena if audio is playing. Vuln sound, audio, stop sound, Vuln sound. Yes. Deep in the Monster Hunter grind, so I'm kind of glad it has some time left to cook. Otherwise, the games are overwhelming more than they already were. I see. I am in a position where I don't really have any games that I'm playing right now. Like, I am getting ready to start Thousand Year Door here soon-ish. I do want to get the Superstar Saga videos finished first before I commit to starting Thousand Year Door, because I am going to need to clean space off of my discs. Like, across Superstar Saga and Paper Mario 64, I have, like, probably somewhere in the ballpark of 200 gigabytes of video footage. So something's going to have to get adjusted there before I can start recording another series. The second reason is I'm waiting on a Wii to HDMI adapter, so I'm just going to play Thousand Year Door on console instead of emulator, because it will end up working out better for me, I think. Ah, look at that. Look at that positioning. Perfect. And this just feels better, too, from a, like, a spawning perspective, because, like, you're going to spawn here in every freestyle room now. This part of the screen. And I'm just going to survive, because I want to make sure the vulnerability sound stops. Yep. The 1,000-year peak. We're so into it. Oh, hello, left ear. Yo, why are we snapping back into place, bro? Let's see, how does this look now? It's so good! I love it! We are actually getting so much done today. I feel so accomplished. There's actually some crazy stuff that I want to work on. Freestyle attacks feel a little long. Well, for most of these, like for specifically the Glutling, let's look at him, right? I do want the, and here, I'll just do this because this is easier. Kill list, reset. Now if I reload this room, specifically with the Glutling, it's more so I want you to actually damage him. That's the reason his attack is so long, because if I go into this fight with him, and we just let him attack. Oh, if I actually damage him. If I damage him, the attack ends. Right. That's kind of what I'm trying to push you towards with that. The idea is, the central theme, I think, of attacks in Angels and Demons is not to panic. Okay? If you panic in these attacks, then you are literally just hurting yourself. Right? That's the idea I want, is that being calm as the attacks come is going to benefit you more than, like, trying to move around a lot. Right? So, like, I'll skip turns here. I'll skip our turn here. Like, if I go right into it, you know, I'm going to go right into that burp, and I'm going to take damage. Or if I'm, like, not paying attention to his pattern or whatever, right? But, like, I take it slow, then it's easy for me to get in to attack him. And this is true for, like, all of them as well. The only exception is, like, you know, MPUE boss rush tier stuff, where it's like, you know, you actually do, like, you don't really want to panic, but, like, it's going to be difficult, right? It's going to be a difficult challenge. Think, for example, like, her platformer and collect attacks. Like, yeah, you can panic in those. You can definitely panic in those attacks, but, like, if you're calm, they're going to be much easier to avoid. His vomit is not delta timed either, so. Nemo 4 MPUE kind of puts that kind of thinking to the test. Oh, what's quick time event? Never mind, it doesn't matter. He eats it. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, that was another team attack. I was talking about those a while back in the Discord, the team attack ordeal. So what happened there is there's like a special attack that Glutlery can use to tempt you. And if you don't, it's basically just a quick time event. Like, just press a button, like, as it shows up. Very simple. It's not like an attack style. It's just like a reaction time test. If it is just Glutlery, then that's a reaction time test. Otherwise, the Glutwing will swoop in and eat it, and now he has 38 HP. Oh, Yui's footstep sound did not reset. Because she sounds like she's stepping on metal. That's neat. Cool, dude. Way to go. Nice attack. I think I know why that's happening, and that's because I've had to do some more shenaniganizing with enemy objects. So, we are soft-locked. That's my secret. That's my special attack. Nothing. You can't attack if I don't. Well, unfortunately for you, bro, I am the developer. I can do what I want. Oh, you're gonna try again. He does it again, dude. Okay. I low-key want him gone. Oh my gosh. Dude, he loves doing this. Oh, he's so... Never mind. Okay, well, he got me. Nope, I got him. I just had to do it twice. Sure, dude. Go ahead, do your thing. We'll reset. Okay. The game is not liking this at all. Not one bit. Get him out. We're good. Game is not a fan of glutlery right now. Let it be known. Holy music timing, though. Like, starting the tutorial theme right as the battle fade out ended. Okay. I'm seeing the vision, game. Or not really game, but like stream. Schmoove root, by the way. You've seen it here first, folks. So, this is what I was talking about for the Glutang cutscene anyways. This room... Oh, it's very quiet, actually, because it's, foobar. Hold on, I'll be quiet. There it is. It's very faint. Maybe I did turn it down too low earlier, but it was also really loud to me earlier, so I can increase it. There we go. Yeah. I'm trying to just turn foobar, which I use for music, down, so that way I can still hear stream alerts if they come through. So, because I'm bad about missing those, but anyways, this area here is where the Glutang battle normally takes place, right? This is like where that cutscene happens. So this room is going to get extended out a little bit, and there's going to be some scaffolding out here, like there is in that one room where you jump across them and there's like big coin thing behind it. LOL, whatever. Basically, scaffolding that goes out. The cutscene is going to happen out there. It's going to be a totally different thing. It's going to be a lot better. You're going to have your Glutang boss fight. It's going to be cool. I'm going to do some cool effects. Which basically be like, oh, well, let's see if we can find a way down the scaffolding. Let's go out on it. And it's going to be all rickety and swayy and whatever. And cool. And now that I'm not like stuck with a bunch of dumb behind-the-scenes system stuff, I can finally get to finishing like chapter 1 of Demo 5, which is granted just very close to being done. And I know I've been saying this, but it's like, oh, well, actually I need to do this because that needs to be done sooner rather than later, like game balance and whatnot. So I'm feeling like I'm more zoned in to a lot of things now. And tomorrow is gonna be like crazy grind for game dev. I'm gonna try and like wake up. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna crack an energy drink and just be like, I'm gonna try and zone in. I got a lot of things I want to do, things that I can't work on stream. A chapter almost finished? I mean, yeah, like pretty much. Like all the, like I do want to redesign some of the rooms because I'm not exactly happy with the platforming, but that's not actually that difficult to do. So, like, Demo 5, my plan is this, essentially, is once Chapter 1 of Demo 5 is finished, I want to make that like a Patreon thing. Like, if people want to support on Patreon and play early and play through that and see, like, all the stuff. Because there's a couple things that have not been shown, or if they have been shown, it's like, it's very, like, good luck finding it. You know, very teasery things. Like, I know I did show some stuff on the Demoversary stream, like this right here. But there's more to that. There's more to these things that I have not shown. Like, oh, why he Orpal here? You know? Why is this Orpal? That's because it's objectively a worse thing to deal with. These things are getting redone very soon as well. The puzzle rooms here. Because they're going to get replaced with something totally different. Enemies are made of rubber with how much you bounce off of them. Well, yeah. I mean, look at a gluttony demon and tell me that it probably wouldn't be like a little bit boing. That's like their whole gimmick, is they're like Chungus enemies. We love spamming off frames. It's also a valid way of farming XP. Ah! He got me! He got me on the way down. See, now I'm getting sidetracked and I'm actually just playing my video game. Whoa! What's he doing? Okay. Not sure how I feel about killing an overworld as you can skip every fight. So, really, you can only kill in the overworld once you have hit a certain level, right? So, MC and Yui are both level 5 right now, so they will, by default, they will not enter a battle with an enemy that has a lower level. So, like, for the Glut Wings here, we're gonna damage them primarily. And they're bugged right now because they won't actually deal damage to us. But like, Glutlery is level 4. Since we're level 5, we out-level him and we won't go into a fight with him. Think Earthbound, where once you hit a certain level, like, you just insta-kill enemies and they flee from you. It's kind of like that. But now if I go up here to the Glutslinger, we actually still enter a battle with him. If I was to jump on him normally, we would enter a battle with him. The exception to the rule here... Oh, the game crashed. Oops. The exception is when you're using overworld abilities. So, like, Celestial Slam, Yui's Spirit Form, stuff like that, where you actually have to intentionally try and damage them that way. Which, let's be real, like, you have to get directly above the enemy and then dash down to do Celestial Slam, which you're not always going to be able to do easily. And you only get, like, 30 frames of Spirit Form with Yui, and you can still pretty easily be clipped out of that. Like, you have to have that intentionality, and even then, you're not going to be guaranteed to one-shot them. That damage will carry over into the fight, too, if you don't one-shot them, and then you enter a battle with them as well. Fun fact. So... it's more so like once you've experienced enemies and you're strong enough that going into a battle with them, they're just going to be cannon fodder. You don't have to deal with it anymore, right? That's essentially how I have it set up right now. But now we have that done. What kind of crash did we just experience? What kind of crash did we just experience? This was Glutslinger battle. And this was on line 438. So what actually happened here? What did it say? Oh, wait, I see, because this needs to be... Hold on. This. We need to create enemy object. Sure. X, Y. We'll do this, so it's always on the front. Uh-oh, peak is on. That should fix things. I think, I hope. Oh, we need to do the same thing here. Who set the piano on fire? That's what I'm saying. There's that fixed, which is neat. So, Glutslingers should no longer crash the game if they try and shoot you, which is cool. I need to do the same with Glutlery. Let's see, Glutlery battle. Let's just full screen this. I thought I actually fixed this one, though. These are indicators and HP things. This is not a... Alright, can we... Oh, I did do this. But why are we... Why are we lol? Unless it's like a... Maybe it's a... Yeah, it might be this. It might be being trolled because of this. Actually... This is actually going to be a very breaking change now that I think about it, because I just noticed something. Let's say, hypothetically, we have a sprite broadcast event. So something happens on a specific frame of a sprite. Okay? Now, if the distance... Actually, you know, maybe I don't need to do a while loop. Maybe I'm just talking out of myself right here. Instead of saying this, we just need to say... If... There needs to be a better check for this. And it's basically just... Is it... image index is... less than or equal to 1, and image index is greater than or equal to 1. Maybe? Is this the method? So if we were below this and now we are equal to or greater than... Yeah, I think this is what I want to do, and probably what I need to do moving forward. So this will basically check, hey, did we, in the distance from here to here, unless we go like, literally like 10 frames in advance, and then like you have bigger problems, probably. So that should fix that. But now I'm also going to double check on this, so... Yeah, okay. Well, OBJ player. Show me a create event, please. Okay, so this is where it gets very, very technical right now. Let me think. So where our image index actually is, we want this to be like greater than or equal to the start. And our previous one is going to be this. Is your wallpaper engine running in the background? No, actually, this is all done through OBS. I have a custom music visualizer and background and stuff that I have set up just to kind of keep things slightly more entertaining as things go on in stream. It syncs up with the... Does he know? Does he know that it doesn't make sense like that? Is it running? No. Better go catch it. Bro. Bro. Does he know? Does he know? Yeah, I think I want to structure it like this. This should catch it. Yeah, definitely Uno reversed. Humongous W. That should account for that. Let's see, who else has these? Glottarist. So if we're in the zone of 3, he caught it. I did catch it. What was this 2? Oh, this one's kind of interesting. I might do image start, and let's put some extra stuff in this function now. Init image speed. And then... Wait. Where do we loop? Where we loop at? Oh, it's so complicated code, but I need it to be fast, and that's the problem. You have to optimize when it's stuff that's going to be used by every object in the game. Okay, so if we are greater than the image number, image finished is true. And then, let's see. Else image start is true. Say image start is false. And now, opposite end, we're less than or equal to 0. If we're -1, then we're at 0. Else image start is true. And this just helps us to catch like a hey, are we at 0 for our position kind of stuff. So anything that's 0. So and the thing is like, I know that this still probably won't work as well as I want it to. But... It's a very strange situation here. This one is fine, I think. Modulo. I want to figure this out before I implement it into a lot of enemies, is the thing. This is the major issue with doing like all of these system things, is like, I need these things to work like this, so that way everything is effectively decoupled from the frame rate, including animations. In the sense that I can also now multiply animations by delta times or night core / day core much easier, because all the enemies and objects in the game just use this underlying system, right? However, if something isn't done right, then I'm going to have to retroactively go through and fix that problem. So now it's a matter of, okay, is this going to work? Is this solid? And I need to make sure that it works correctly. Because if it doesn't work correctly, and I build all these systems on top of it working incorrectly... Comic Cat with the 4 months! This funny button has been sitting on my chat for a while, without me noticing it. Whoops. I put in a while, like, because the message disappeared. LOL. 4 months already. I know. It's kind of crazy. Actually crazy that it's been 4 months since I hit affiliate, but also like the growth that the channels have had in the past 4 months is honestly really great. Like, I have a couple more shorts I need to make and upload. I was gonna make one talking about how I posted consistently every day. And like showing off the stats with that, because we gained on YouTube by posting every day for a month. About 100 or so subscribers, because when I first started in like streaming again, like in January / February, we were at like 500 and something. And I can actually, you know, I might just double check this right now, because I know I can see it if I go to live, and let's just open up the first Paper Mario stream and see where we were. So January 22nd was the first Paper Mario stream. We were at 570 subs on YouTube. Oh wait, this was post affiliate. So actually we need to go further back, because when did I hit affiliate? It was like, hold up, let's go to, I think it was on the 16th, maybe? Oh yeah, okay. Because this is when the Twitch goal was followers, so. Yeah, alright. So, 568 subs when I started streaming again on YouTube. And now we are at Studio 693. So that's actually quite a big increase, but since the daily posting, it's just a little over 100 new subs, which I think is great. And we're even closer to the YouTube partner mark. So I do wanna lock in on getting some of the video stuff done. That's part of what I want to work on tomorrow is getting the Superstar Saga stuff cooking. I'm already about 20 minutes into the supercut, and I'm still not out of day 1. Oops. But, yeah. And yeah, viewer for much longer too. Comic Cat, you are an official OG, and that is 100% true. There's a lot of actual, like, there's a lot of OGs in chat today. I will say that. Not that new viewers aren't as good as the OGs or anything like that. I appreciate all of my viewers, because if you're taking your time out of your day to watch me, like, work on video game and just yap about dumb stuff, then, like, you are very high up on my list anyways. Don't remember when I started watching you. It's been quite a while, though. You know, I feel like you may have came from the Impui video for some reason. Like, in my mind, like, it was around that time. I feel like. I could be wrong on that, though, but that kind of zone is where I feel like I remember you showing up to stream, Science Yoshi. I know Comic Cat came from the Simple Flips 2 video and has been a long time viewer / lurker since then. Only when I started streaming, though, did things kind of come up with that. Yeah, after Demo 4. Epic, epic, epic. Can you believe that Demo 4 is going on, like, freaking... Oh, shoot. How many years old now? Demo 4... released in 2024. So Demo 4 is going on 2 years old soon. What is this? Like, what? That is insane. That is absurd. That should not be real. Demo 5 has taken 2 years. I'm going to cry. I swear, like, I'm literally going to have to, like, do some crazy work on this. Like, I'm gonna have to start pulling late nights. I need to get in my grind mode, but, like, now I have a job. A job! Ooga booga spooky! You work! Job application! You know, but, however, those funds are going to be to support Angels and Demons development in some way. I actually thought about maybe using some of the funds that I pick up from working and paying someone to edit videos for me. Maybe. Do not know, because it's like, it's really hard to justify paying someone else to edit the videos when I can edit the videos myself. It just takes my own time. It's like, wow, I know, like, I can do that, so why would I pay someone else to do it? I can save me some money. Because this is the greed they talk about in the Bible. I'm a money miser. Or something like that. Even though I'm not really, but... Job! Ah! True. But, let's see if Glutlery works now. Let's do a Glutlery check. His greed temptation sickens me. Look, real talk. Genuine, honest to goodness real talk. Alright? Let's put some real talk up here. As soon as content creation or game dev makes, like, enough money for me to consider it part-time, I'm out. I'm out of the job. Like, I'm committing to it full-time. Game dev, truly full-time. Because then it's like, I have the justification to everyone else in my house, like, hey, let me work. This is my job now. And then I also have the justification of, okay, well, I don't have to go and work a, you know, typical job because I'm making the money off of this, right? Like, that is the goal here. Like, in order to get this game, like, truly schmoving. I'll be real, I did think about maybe doing a Kickstarter. I did think of doing a Kickstarter. It's just, like, figuring out the logistics of how much I would need for that. That kind of is like, LOL. Like, where do I go from there? Oh, and he just crashes because I think I have the wrong variable name. P image index. Okay, well, it's not set. That's great. Cool. What is that? It's got an underscore. Well, this is fine. This is fine because I can just go here, I can look here, and I can say, okay, well, this, because I know it's spelled wrong. Everywhere we find this, make it this. Make it later. Boom, fixed. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. The most incredible superhero movie the world has ever seen. Essentially. Like, that is my goal, and now that I've, like, hit affiliate, and, like, the performance of the Paper Mario video has made me even more motivated to, like, pursue this area. Like, you know, pursue making, like, making money off of the stuff. Like, not that I want to, like, you know, look at my viewers as, like, okay, well, I have to have, like, the ad revenue or anything like that. I don't. Like, technically, all things considered, I don't have to have the part-time job either. The reason that I do have it is because, hey, it does work, yay. The reason I do have it is because the opportunity showed up and was like, okay, like, I don't want to miss this opportunity, right? It was something that was, like, really, like, just laid out into my hands, like, out of nowhere. Like, it's a funny story, actually, like, how I got this job. So, one of my friends, I was, like, he told me, like, hey, I applied for a job at this place. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Keep me posted on that. A couple days later, he's like, hey, I'm keeping you posted. They called me, they want me to come in for a trial, like, to see if I like the job and everything. I was like, oh, that's sick. What are you going to be doing? He was like, oh, I'll be doing this, that, and the other. It's like it's a tech store. I'll be testing systems and consoles and stuff like that. Like, basically all day. And I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. I think I'd enjoy doing something like that, honestly. And he's like, I could maybe put in a good word for you. I was like, oh, okay. 15 minutes later, he says, hey, they're interested. Apply. I'm like, okay, oh shoot. Let me put in an application because that would be like awesome. So I like definitely overthink the application and take like 3 hours to submit it. And then I put it in and I get a message back and it's like from my friend again. He's like, hey, they got your application. They want you to call and come like and discuss coming in for a trial. So I'm like, oh, okay. Mind you, only like this has transpired in 4 hours. Okay. So I give them a call and they're like, oh yeah, that'd be like, we want to do a trial for you. If you could come in tomorrow, you know, come in tomorrow at about 10 o'clock or so. You know, 10 o'clock at the earliest, or 11, or 12, or 1, or 2, or 3. Just any time before 7 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, shoot, cool. Like, I'll do that. And I go in. They kind of show me the ropes of a few things. Like, say, okay, this is what you'd be doing. This is how you do this, that, and the other. You know, we'll give you... Like, they kind of gave me, like, an hour or so. Like, of just showing me the stuff. And it's like, okay, like, how long did you want to stay today? And I was like, well, I kind of had some plans later, but how long do you need me? I can adjust. It's like, well, we could keep you till 7 if you want. So I'm like, oh shoot, okay, so I'm working a straight 9 today, okay. Didn't plan on it. Did not plan on doing that, but I did. I worked a straight 9. Like, well, I was like, yeah, I guess I could do that. Let me go make some calls real quick, if you don't mind. So I go outside and I call my mom and I'm like, hey, so I got the job. I'm working till 7 tonight. She's like, oh, okay. And then like I had a little bit of back and forth with her telling her about it, like what I'm doing with it. And then from there, I was like, okay, hold on, let me call my girlfriend. I call her. I'm like, hey, so I'm gonna have to push back our plans for tonight because we had planned to meet up and go see Mario Galaxy that night, and I was like, I hope that's not a problem, because I hadn't told her about any of this yet, because I didn't want to like set it up like, oh, I'm looking into this, and then nothing come from it and like disappoint her or something, right? So I'm like, hey, so something came up. I'm gonna have to like push our plans back to about 7 o'clock. And she's like, oh, what? Like, that's okay. What happened? I was like, I might have got a job. Like, an actual, like, you know, I come in, like, multiple days a week for hours kind of job. And she was like, what? Like, huh? Where? What? And I was like, oh, it's here, so-and-so. Like, so if you would like to meet here... You know, instead of coming to my house, if you'd like to meet here to go to the movies, that would be a lot better. And she's like, oh, I mean, yeah, like, I'm happy. That's glad, like, I'm glad that you did that, but like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I'm surprised too. This happened in less than 12 hours. Because, like, I put in, I got the message first from my friend at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon the previous day, I think. Maybe it's more like 3. Well, no. I mean, I could probably just look and see for exact, but like, for sake of argument, like, I know this was less than like, it was less than a 16-hour turnover, basically. Maybe not 12 hours, but definitely less than 16, less than 24. That, like, I just managed to land, like, a job that, like, they're really chill with, like, whatever hours I want to work. Of course, I'm gonna try and go in as often as I can. But, like, they're really respectful of, like, my situation, because I don't have, like, I do not have a vehicle yet, nor my driver's license, because I'm so troll to myself, but that's besides the point, you know. And they're also very cool with giving me Wednesdays and Sundays off so I can still go to church, which is, like, very important to me, and the fact that they're respectful of that is, like, amazing, so. Doink. But, like, I'm doing all kinds of cool little, like, retro tech stuff all day, like selling systems and whatnot. I'm like the Nintendo guy there, and everyone knows that, and it's really cool. So, overall, it's been pretty good, and I like the people there. But to get back to like the original thing here is, if I were to get it to where like I'm making as much off of content creation or game development, gosh, that's noisy, then, like, I'm out. And I'm sure they'd probably be, like, maybe not chill with it, but they'd be like, okay. But, I mean, you know, not that I'd want to just, like, throw it on them, like, hey, I'm done. Like, I'd definitely be respectful, give them, like, a couple weeks notice, or, you know, maybe, like, just be like, hey, if you need me, I can come in, but, like, not trying to, like, doing the most kind of job. Like, maybe if they wanted me on weekends or something, like, on Saturday or busy days. Your cowardice appalled that Glutslinger so much he died. True. But, anyways. Bro is hitting us with the Angels and Demons equivalent of the Minecraft jump around monologue. Yeah, like, this is true. This is very, very true. I mean, I'm doing this because I'm probably going to have to wrap up stream here in a little bit, because it's starting to get a little bit late, and I do have a few things I still need to take care of around the house, but like, I've probably got just a couple more minutes before I do need to wrap things up. I do need to get me something to eat, because I have not ate much today, but I mean, I feel pretty accomplished with the stuff that I did on stream. Like, I made me a little planner list. Like, oh, what do I want to do this week? One of my goals was to stream game dev, work on the Gluttank cutscene a little bit, and finish the sprite that we did earlier, which I'll pull that up because that was a little bit ago. We got some animations for MC where he's like holding onto the ground and then talking while holding onto the ground because we'll need that. And then we got this thing. This was actually, like, I expected this to take a lot longer to do, but like I had the vision in my mind and I executed it, I'm going to say, freaking flawlessly. This took like, what, like 5 to 10 minutes, if even that? And I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is exactly how I wanted to cook it. This is what I was picturing in my mind. I just gained a superpower by doing that. Like, what? So we got that. We got some sprites for MC. We got a lot of bug fixes and stuff with the game, plus a new feature by Technicality, which is just... and I can close ASAP right now, so I don't think we're going back to that. The new feature being, like, level up transition is much smoother and feels more natural. A little bit less downtime in that. So... awesome. Fixed some various bugs related to animations and whatnot, like, and granted, like, to go back to the job thing again too, like, a cool thing with this is, like, it's given me, like, time to just sit and ponder game dev stuff. Like, that's where I came up with, like, that's how I came up with the idea for, like, the gadgets and the clones, like the clone module that lets you use special attacks whenever for an AP fee. I was on my lunch break and I was like, yo, wait, that would be a freaking sick idea. And I'm just immediately started, like, putting it into my notes. I've had a lot of time to just sit and ponder the things that I want to include in the game and, like, organize some story stuff in my mind palace. Like, I've added in, I'll be completely, like, honest with this. I've added a full page of new notes for these things, like things that I need to do that I've been thinking on that I could not figure out how I wanted to execute them properly as far as the game is going, like, from here on, right? So I got through this mental block, I guess, now with a lot of things, like how I wanted to do stuff. So there's a lot of, like, underlying lore things I was able to fix up because I just had that time to sit and think about it. And, like, ideas that I want for late game Demo 5, like, you know, maybe post-game stuff, how I want that to be executed and everything. And it's like, it's really cool, and I'm happy. And, like, I want to take the time tomorrow to, like, really get into the content and get some stuff going, because I need to get the Superstar Saga stuff going and get it uploaded. At the least, the supercut. Like, I want to get some supercut stuff done. I'm willing to bet that I could, if I wanted to, I could spend all day tomorrow just getting the supercut done, and it would be, like, schmoove city. Because Superstar Saga supercut is probably not going to be as long as the Paper Mario one, I would say. And then I do need to start on the script for the Superstar Saga game dev one as well, but that one also probably won't be as long, just because Superstar Saga is a bit of a shorter game, and there's a lot less to complain about in Superstar Saga. Most, if not all of my complaints for Superstar Saga just start coming in basically around the time that you reach Oho Oasis. If I had to, like, you know, put a spot onto it. Oh, Oho Oasis is where that game starts to kind of trend downwards, unfortunately. Like, it has the inverse problem of Paper Mario's, I guess. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think it'd be the inverse problem. That's probably not the correct way to say it, but it doesn't have as many issues, but it definitely does have its issues. I know I was, like, gassing it up so much, like, when I first started the playthrough, but yeah, like, I flew through Oasis, but what really got me, like, what really got me on Oho Oasis is, like, the elemental abilities, because it's, like, it's not really conveyed too well, like, which ones will heal an enemy and which ones will, like, which elements will heal an enemy and which ones will crit them, or just do nothing, right? And that kind of bugged me a lot, because like, oh, I'm using this electric attack on a water creature, and oh, it's actually healed for them. Like, that, it just doesn't make sense to me. There's no good thing to convey with it, and it's like, maybe I'm too Pokemon brained, and I think electric should hurt water dwelling creatures, not heal them, but I disagree. I think electric should always be effective against water, right? But then like you get like the Hammer Bros and stuff, and oh, fire heals them, and it's like, what? That doesn't even make sense at all. Like, fire shouldn't heal a Hammer Bro. So, LOL. Yeah, Thantha Cloth will always be a memorable moment. Hermie's a decent character, but like he kind of like he feels a little bit like he does not fit in the area that he's in, if I'm being honest. But I mean, that could just be a me thing. But yeah, like I have that as a complaint. Like, there's also the abilities to not the bros attacks in battle, but like the overworld abilities. Like, it does get a little bit much to kind of juggle a little bit. Like a lot of the things I'm going to touch on in the Superstar Saga dev video are fixed in later entries. And that's the same case for Paper Mario as well. Like, you know, partner HP, for example, like that's literally fixed as soon as you start up TTYD, because you see Goombella has HP. At least I think it shows you that. It shows you that very soon, if not like immediately. So, like, TTYD is a great sequel because it actually fixes a lot of the problems Paper Mario 64 had. I would argue the same is true for Partners in Time, but that might not be totally true. Like, there are a few things. There are a few things that are better in Partners in Time as opposed to in Superstar Saga. Like, the fact that when you use Spin Bros, you can actually walk around. Though the decision to lock hammers behind the babies is also just like, that's LOL. That one's kind of a downside. So, you know, it's a little bit of give and take. Like, there's some good things and then there's some bad things, but we'll get to Partners in Time when we get there. Same with TTYD. So the plan is essentially, I want to get Superstar Saga videos finished before we begin TTYD. And I also need to wait for my Wii to HDMI adapter to show up, because that's going to be how I play through TTYD and Super Paper Mario, because I'm just going to play them on original hardware. As far as Partners in Time goes, I'm considering with an asterisk here, I'm considering getting another 3DS, or at least trying to get a PCB, like a capture card PCB, and having it soldered onto my own 3DS. It's a bit risky though, because I really don't want to risk messing up my 3DS. So I might just see, you know, with the whole, hey, I got a job stuff, like if I can use those funds to procure a 3DS capture card and go from there. Like, granted, I could use Wii U Virtual Console for Partners in Time, but I think that will be scuffed. I don't think that'll look good on stream, TBH honest. So I probably won't do that. I'll either use emulator, or I'll see if I can get the capture card when we get to that. Don't know yet, but that'll make it a lot easier to do all of the portable games. So Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, Dream Team, and Paper Jam. 3DS capture card, I got it all solved. So it might be a worthwhile investment for me. And then also, if we want to branch out to some other handheld games in the future, you know, DS, 3DS, stuff like that, then I will be able to, because I know there's a couple other games I want to hit up. But yep, that would be my yap sesh, I believe. Like, that's kind of where we're at in terms of content. Like, I'm really motivated to get some stuff done. I really want to, like, hone into everything. Like, I'm going to be, like, 100% abusing my free time to get this stuff done. Like, get some stuff cooking. Because it is so, like, it's absurd to me that we're going on 2 years of demo for. Real talk. Like, that to me is like kind of a problem that needs to be fixed sooner rather than later. Like, I need to have some demo 5 stuff like available for people to play, because like I know some of y'all are thinking this game's gonna be a never ever. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen, and you're going to have to trust me on that. I will make sure this game releases. All right. Angels and Demons will release eventually, and that is a promise. And if I have to break that promise, it probably means that something very, very, very terrible has happened. So let's hope that nothing very, very, very terrible happens. Okay? Let's hope and pray. Fingers crossed, and all that. So, that's the tone of someone who's dead set on doing something. Yes, I am. I am dead set on getting this game done. I am dead set on, like, making some kind of career out of content creation. Because that's the thing. I have, as early as I can remember, wanted to, like, and we can trace this. We can trace this a little bit. Like, let's look at, like, game development, right? What are video games? They're entertainment, right? You know what else I used to do when I was younger? I used to walk around with a little joke book and tell jokes to people. I wanted to be like an entertainer of some sort, right? I want to entertain people, right? And you could go a step further, right? So we look at like game development, that's entertainment. Comedy, that's entertainment. What is entertainment but bringing joy to people? That is what I have wanted to do for as long as I can remember, is bring joy. Of course, like specifically more leaned into the entertainment area, but like a very simple thing is I want to make other people happy, right? Game development and content creation is just the vehicle I am choosing to use to that, because that is what makes me happy the most, right? I love, like, I mean, just listen to me yapping about this stuff. Like, I've sat here and talked about, like, how I want to do this for, like, the past 20 minutes. Technically, I'm wasting time here. But she was beautiful, like code that compiles on the first try. But also you just knew that there was something deeply wrong with her, like code that compiles on the first try. Amazing coffee pasta. Welcome in. How's it going? Generational copy pasta, actually. I love that. But leaning into like game development and content creation is just like how I want to make people happy and also make myself happy. It's like it's a two-way street. Like, I love doing it and people like watching it. I hope 1,400 people watched the Paper Mario video, or viewed the Paper Mario video, which is way more than like any other thing I've posted that wasn't like for a trend or like something like that, right? Like Simple Flips 2 video, that was for Tuesday. Lucio highlight was Overwatch relevancy. Let's see. The Puyo Puyo Tetris things were more so like Puyo Tetris was trending at the time. My immediate reaction every time that happens to me is basically, you're working. For now. That's how I'm feeling about a very particular thing in here right now. Some of this code that I've been working on, which, I mean, you can kind of see through the screen behind me there, but like, we're getting ready to wrap up stream here because I'm going to have to go get me some dinner. But I was just doing some like stream over yap about things, just speaking my mind out. But yeah, there's a lot of LOL code that we got going on that may have some issues that I may have to fix in the future, or just do something slightly different with. But I think I fixed today because it worked. But just because it worked doesn't mean that it's always going to work. So, but yeah, I really want to lock into game dev and content creation, even more so now that I've, you know, had time away from it, and I don't feel like I'm just totally burnt out with things. Like I've effectively cured a bunch of burnout that I've had. So I do want to try and push forward and get a lot done it's like even more so now that I feel like I really know where I want things to end up with the game, and at the very least like a Patreon demo. So that's what I'm going to be full force focusing into here in like these like going days basically. So I'm going to try and like get things set up to where like, okay, this time is going to be for editing videos and stuff like that. This is going to be for game dev, and just trying to juggle things together while also being able to make content at the same time. That's where the streams come in. Like doing stream content, like I always want to try and keep the streams going. So that's why I'm doing the game dev stream. So I'm not like wasting time, I suppose. Not necessarily that it's wasted time, but more so that it's just like there is like an aspect of like, okay, I could be streaming while I do this stuff, and I'm not. Why am I not? If it's not spoilery things, at least. So, but that I think is all I have to say on it. TBH. Abrupt ending, but you know how it is. I do think this is where I'm going to wrap up stream for today, however, because I need to go get me some food. I have not ate for a little while now, and I'm getting pretty hungry, and then I'm going to also start getting ready for bed, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow, crack an energy drink, and then just grind out a lot of game dev slash video editing tasks, hopefully, and we'll have some new content ideally coming to the channel soon. I know I got a couple shorts I have planned that I just need to record and edit, and that shouldn't take too long at all. Expect Superstar Saga Supercut and game dev video eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later, and then expect more streams. I want to try and like block out more time for streams and everything as well, because it's important to me that I actually keep the community going and like giving some stuff to chew on in the meantime, because I know it's taken like freaking forever for me to get this stuff done. But like, hey, I'm doing my best, okay? I'm doing my best, and I hope my best is good enough. So I really want to have some stuff to share, like some playable stuff soon, but you know how it is. Life happens. I'm trying not to let that get me down, but I'm going to put as much effort as I possibly can into getting this stuff done. So for everyone who stuck around this long to watch, I really appreciate it. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check out some links below on Twitch and in the YouTube description if you want to join the Discord server, or if you want to, you know, play Angels and Demons. You know, Demo 4 has been out for almost 2 years now, so, you know, like, give it a try. Maybe you'll enjoy it, and maybe you'll get on the hype train. If you haven't followed or subscribed already, like follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, or you know, subscribe on Twitch as well. I mean, I'll take your coin if you want to support me, and you get no ads. But anyways, that's all I got. If you stuck around this far, I'm going to assume that you enjoyed the stream, but if not, sorry. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.